I can't take it anymore, so we're going to talk about my worst nightmare, which is the Titan submersible that is stuck 2.5 miles at the bottom of the ocean. Everything about this is a horror movie, starting with the fact that this thing isn't even 22 feet long, and there are currently 5 people in this. Oh, and it has oxygen for 96 hours. Oh, and they seal you inside so you can't get out. But wait, there's so much more. So for the small sum of $250,000, you too can pay the company OceanGate to go down in a tiny, airtight coffin to see the wreckage of the Titanic. The journey should take about 8 to 9 hours, but about an hour and 45 minutes in, they lost communication with the mothership. They're about 400 miles off the coast of Newfoundland. In this, it's only 21.5 feet long, so there's only room for one person to extend their legs out. The rest of y'all are sitting crisscross applesauce. But the good news is you do get a toilet. The bad news is it doesn't have a door, it only has a curtain, and they play music while you go to the bathroom. They even tell guests to eat and drink lightly before coming on board because you don't want to have to use that toilet. Like, we've all been on charter tour buses, and we know. They thought they were just going to be there for a day on Sunday. It's Tuesday. Somehow, it gets worse. Look at how they control this thing.
It's got one button, and that's it. Yeah, so we run the sub with this game controller.
A what?
It's made by Logitech, but it's basically a Sony PlayStation style controller.
Great.
If you want to go forward, you press forward. If you want to go back, you press back. If you want to turn to the left, it's like that. You want to turn to the right, you turn to...
Okay, so you control this thing with basically a PlayStation controller. Great. What else? Oh, there's no GPS down there. And there's no black box. So the only way the driver knows which way to go and how to go is by communicating via text to the mothership above. They lost communication with the mothership, so somebody's down there just operating a PlayStation controller with no idea where to go, in complete darkness. And they do have tiny little lights on the inside and a bigger spotlight on the outside. But if they've lost power, I assume they're just sitting in darkness. In a tiny little vessel with that itty bitty window, 2.5 miles under the ocean floor in pitch blackness. Oh my God. That's the one little window. So they're running out of oxygen. Nobody knows where they are. They can send sonar down there, but only very specific types of technology are capable of dealing with the water pressure. And all the Titanic debris is going to confuse the sonar. So there's many methods that would allow this submersible to resurface. The problem is, even if they resurface, someone has to let them out. They are trapped inside an airtight container. So they could run out of air on the surface because nobody can find them. There's a massive air search underway. They've already covered what amounts to be the size of Connecticut. They have lost communication before, but only for 2 hours. So many are saying this is a big problem. Yeah. Turns out the guy in charge of safety got fired after he claimed the viewport was only certified for pressure up to 1,300 meters. And they're diving 4,000 meters. The universe gives the wrong people way too much money.